Howdy Hon, welcome back to my channel. This is Stephsgotit, and today we're going to do a little whip and chat. So this is Sea Buddies from Diamond Art Club, and it is part of a collaboration that I am doing with Shelley Patterson over on her channel. We're both small channels, and since we live close to each other, we just thought it would be fun to get together and do a collaboration. Because we're so close together, we can actually come together in person and do whip and chats at each other's homes once a month, and then the rest of the time we'll post our own individual whip and chats once a week, every Sunday at 5 o'clock. Now y'all know I have an issue with a time slot, but I'm gonna try my best to have it done and up and posted by 5 o'clock every Sunday. That's the deadline that we set together. So I'm going to do my very best to stick to it. So hopefully you are seeing this on Sunday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time. All right. So I'm going to go ahead, and if you haven't already pulled out all of your current whip and chat, then your current work in progress, then go ahead and pull that out, and we will go ahead and get started. I think last time we were here, I managed to finish all of each color that I was working on. That is AB diamonds right there. So we're going to go ahead and work on, what do we have here? We did the V and the T. So we're going to work on the little black percent signs. And I'm not seeing that, so maybe we worked on that last time as well. Yeah, okay. So not that. And then the little arrow, we apparently worked on that as well. All right, so I guess we finished all of these colors. I'm going to go ahead and pour them back into the container. And while I'm doing that, you could be getting your whip and chat. And with this project, I am using the storage containers from Harbor Freight's, $4.99. Okay. So I have to dump all these colors back. And while I'm doing that, let me say, hey, how are you doing? I hope that doesn't look like either one of these colors, does it? So where was this supposed to go again? Percent sign. I don't see that sign on here. Here. Let's do that. Pardon me if you see my big head for a second. With my new boho locks. Let's see. Okay, I guess it's in there. Alright, so we'll go ahead and dump these back in the container. I got a few Han Solos that have jumped ship from the other container. I will worry about them later. For my beads, I am using my tray that Shelley gave me for Christmas. Ta-da! And now it doesn't come with drill trays. You have to go dig through all of your sets, your paintings, and pull out a couple of drill trays. I have some with pour spouts, and then I have a couple of these green ones. I really like the pour spouts better, but I got the green ones because they were, when I started doing it this way, I was worried about them falling out because I have it like under the painting, right? Like this is the painting, and I have the unit under there like that. So I was kind of worried about them maybe falling out. So that is why I was using the green trays. You know I love my pour spouts, and there are no pour spouts on the green tray. So here we go. And I've got my handy dandy notes to keep me talking while we are working and chatting. Let me go ahead and set our timer for 1 hour. Where is it on this thing? Here we go. Clock. And 1 hour and start. There we go. So I hope that you all, if you hear me smacking, I do apologize, but I just bought these new Bombo Tropics. Oh, and I'm just dying to try them. I've already tried the passion fruit something, and it's okay. Then there's a pineapple coconut, there's a mango orange, and then there's apple kiwi. So you may hear me smacking on this one. I do apologize. It's very rude, but my mouth is just watering. I'm going to go ahead and take 39 right quick because I see there's one right there. Oh no, there's a couple. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before I dump some in the container. I hope you all are having a great week and looking forward. Well, this would be Sunday when you see this, so I hope you had a great weekend and did lots of cool stuff. So feel free to share down in the comments on all the cool stuff that you did this weekend that you want to share, because I'm nosy like that. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so let's get rid of these colors. We are done. So these are the 4 colors I had in my tray. Alright, just gonna sit those down right there. Now we want, is that a black? I think that's gonna be 310, which I put in a Mentos container because there was so many of them. So we'll come back to that. All right, we have our V. I still need that one. I'll put that back in there. And do we need our T's? Yep, there are a couple of T's. I can't find this symbol, y'all, to save my life. You know I'm half blind. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay. There aren't very many of them. So pardon me again if my big head gets in the way. This has been quite the week. Lots of stuff going on. We started back. All my jobs started back. And school started back, which is involving one of my jobs. And I just found out the guy who was one of the guys who interviewed me for my scout job has resigned and is moving back home towards where his family is. And that was a big surprise. I mean, it was a surprise and it wasn't a surprise. It was a surprise that it was happening right now in 2 weeks. But it wasn't a surprise because everybody likes to be close to family if they can. And so I understand that. I think we all understand that. So that means some things will be changing around and we get a new person in that position. And the camp I was going to help him with, I'll have to do a lot more with that. And you know, I wish him the very best of luck. I think he's an awesome guy, and I enjoyed my time talking with him and getting to know him. And I'm sure that he will do fine in his new back home with his family, where his parents are, and probably most of his childhood friends and stuff. So it's always exciting to make a new start, you know. It's kind of scary and nerve-wracking. Let's try to make sure my big head is in the way. It's kind of scary and nerve-wracking, but it's also pretty cool to start a new adventure in your life and see where it goes. I am going to... Oh, I forgot to say How y'all doing? How's the fam? I hope everybody is doing good and has had a great week and feeling okay. I've been terrible with insomnia last week. I mean, I just was not sleeping. As a matter of fact, over the weekend, I was up for 48 straight hours. I may have catnapped a little Saturday night with my head on the kitchen table because I was at my little makeshift desk at the kitchen table where I keep all my stuff and where I work from. When I'm at the kitchen, when I'm home studying or working on programs and stuff. And so Sunday, when I got home and I made sure that my food order stuff was taken care of, and for church and for the people that we were helping, and got all my responsibilities done on that end, I politely crashed into bed. And I'm working out of my container, as you can see, because I don't think I will need many, so I don't see the point in dumping them in the tray. But as I was saying, I just crashed into bed, guys, and I was out like a... Yeah, so those usually take me down for the next day or so. But since everything was out, school was out, so I didn't have any scout classes to do, and the both places that I teach fitness at were closed. Well, the one I teach at regularly, and then the one that I sub at, the center that I sub at, they were closed. And I purposely didn't volunteer the other place that wanted me to start teaching. I told her, hey, let's start this in January. I had already planned like weeks ago to take a break in December and just, rest and prep up so that when 2020 came, I could be fresh with all these programs and classes that I was going to do. And it worked out. Everything started this week and it was okay. Let's see. Hold on a second. I'm trying to debate whether to put my glasses on or to keep my glasses off. I can't see either way. But I'm super excited. Another thing that's coming up is I joined a sewing swap because clearly I didn't have enough crap on my plate to do already. But I love swaps. I love sewing swaps. And if you're not familiar with a swap, it's when and it doesn't have to be just sewing. It could be any hobby or group. But you have a person who's organizing the swap, and you have people who volunteer to participate and work with a partner. And the two partners will communicate with each other about what they like and don't like, what their favorite colors are, and things like that. But this particular swap is for a zip bag. Let me pick you up some. Okay. So this particular swap is for I'm trying to get you in frame there. It's for a zippered pouch bag. So I have got to stop saying so. Clearly I need to do more speeches in Toastmasters because I've gone to using that crutch word in these videos and it's driving me crazy. But anyway, so the person takes all the names of everyone who wants to volunteer, and then most of the time they'll ask you what your experience is or what level of comfort are you at, so that they can generally match you with someone who's at that same sewing or diamond painting or whatever level that you are at, so that You're not an experienced, super experienced person getting a novice sewing a project and may not know how to make a project as detailed as you. And you might feel a little slighted because they sent you something simple and you made them something super complicated and you wanted that in return. So they generally get your qualifications and your desires, and if you want to be involved with overseas mailing or not. And they put you together, put you in contact with each other, or give you each other's information. And then you proceed to, all right, let's get our tray out. You proceed to make contact with this person, or you make the item that is requested. In this case, like I said, it's a bag, and we sew this bag based on the pattern that the event organizer has put on YouTube. She wants the bag to be specifically their pattern, so you're all getting the same bag. It's our choice whether we make a big one or a large one or a small one, but it needs to be that bag pattern. So, which is cool, you know, no problem. I watched her video. I've seen the pattern, so it's not a difficult, super difficult project. So it should be good to go. And there we go. Is that working? So I'm excited. I emailed my person, even though she got the basic information from us. And this is one of the cool things about swap. It's not just a swap of products that you make for each other. It's also a chance for you to get to know someone that you may not have otherwise had a chance to meet. And really, hopefully, that you're talking with each other and you're getting to know each other. You're making a friend. You're developing a friendship, thereby enhancing the community even more. So that, and it's super fun. I've always enjoyed them. I've done them in my online quilting groups, quilting clubs. We've done that, and we just always have a blast. Now, sometimes people put extra things in there besides what's required, and that's okay. You know, if you have the money to do that, it's okay. But generally, they ask you either one, not to do it, or if you do it, to please don't include a bunch of super expensive stuff, because not everyone is going to be able. They might be able to make you a nice project, but they might not be able to include, you know, $20, $30, $40, $50 worth of extra products that weren't included in the directions. So everyone has their own a choice whether to send extras. But just understand that just because you sent extras doesn't mean that your partner is going to be sending extras to you. Okay? And may not be out of malice or anything. It may not be able to afford to add all those extras, and that's okay, because that's not what the swap was originally for. So you can't really be ticked off at somebody about that. And if you are, then you don't have the right frame of mind or spirit to do this kind of thing anyway. So I'm trying to use my multi-placer. This is my 3-placer. Because I'm also, even though I started this one with Shelley, I'm also still working on my Angel from Victoria Moons. And I do want to finish that as well. So I'll be posting 2 whipping chats a week now instead of 1. And you know, you watch whichever one you want and whichever one you can. I certainly won't have my feelings hurt if you decide that it's too much for you to watch a week and you'd rather just watch one. That is absolutely okay with me. I will not be offended. If you can catch both, I would appreciate it very much. But if you can't, that's okay, girl. I know life is busy, girls and guys. I know that life is busy. I completely understand you have more things to do than just sit around and do this all day. Um, although we'd like to be sitting around doing this all day. um, but I think if we were doing this all day, every day, it might get a bit tired of doing it. I don't know. Um, I know I certainly can't sit for a long, long time. I can sit for a minute doing them, a couple of hours in one sitting, and I'm about done. um, you know, I like these multi-placers. I really, really do. Of course, my eyes don't like them, but I think my eyes are just getting progressively worse. And there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about that at the moment, as far as I know. I was always interested in that surgery. I know a lady at church that did it. Bless her heart. She's such an amazing woman. And her husband just passed, as a matter of fact. And he was such an awesome man. He was just one of the nicest people you could meet. Had a heart of service. Always looking to help. Always willing to go do, some service for someone. Just an amazing man. Just super amazing. And I think he passed on New Year's Day. And when we started back class Monday, I found out that one of my little ladies in class who had cancer and was in remission for her cancer, her son committed suicide over I think the same night, New Year's night. And then one of the ladies from church who had cancer, who left this area, I try to keep tabs on, and I found out that she had passed from her cancer. And another lady at church, her brother was killed in an auto accident, I believe it was. And it's just like, guys, if your family is with you, count yourself blessed that you started 2020 with your family, because some people did not. And it hurts me to my heart. And I know that it's a part of life, and it happens. And I know that he'll be doing the Lord's work on the other side of the veil, and doing service to others over there, and helping them learn the gospel. I know he'll be doing that there, but we'll miss him here. We will miss him here. And I'm sure they will be glad to see each other again when the time comes. But that just reminded me that tell your loved ones that you love them while you award Christmas parties, or luncheons, whatever it is. I never can sit while the event is going on. I'm always walking around making sure the table is stocked, the pitchers are full, just making sure that everything is running and that everyone is having a good time. Everyone has what they need. So I never sit and eat. By the time we start the cleanup process, if I'm lucky, I have fixed the plate and put it in the kitchen. And as I'm helping to clean up, I am grabbing bites of food as I walk by my tray. And the last time that we had one, he was there. He stood at that table more than I did. And because he was there, it allowed me the opportunity to go sit down with my husband and eat and talk with the people who were at the table with him. And I'm so glad that I took the time to tell him that, so that he knows you know, I got to tell him how much I appreciated that, and I appreciate him and his service. But thinking about that made me think about when my mom was murdered. And I had been, you know, I had spoken with her a little bit before that. And I was kind of annoyed because we had made an arrangement and she needed to break that arrangement. And I understood because she had gotten a job and everything. But as a young mom who always had her kids and rarely had a break, I was really looking forward to my daughter spending some time with her in the area where she had moved to be by my grandmother. And I remember getting the call that she had been murdered, and the first thing I thought was I was upset with her, and I can't remember the last time that I told her I love you. And I know she knew that, but I couldn't remember. It bugged me that I couldn't remember the last time that I told her that I loved her. So I tell you that story so you remember to take time. I don't care how busy you are, you need to make the time to tell your family or friends or whoever it is that you care about. You need to make the time to tell them that you love them. Because it's not guaranteed that you can do that later. And it will cross your mind and you will regret not knowing when was the last time you had the opportunity to let the person you love know that you love them. Even though you know in their heart they knew because of your relationship, there's still nothing like hearing the person who loves you say, I love you. And yeah, so anyway, I like for this channel, I like for these videos to be light and airy and fun. So let's suck all that up and just remember to take time to tell your loved ones you love them. Hug your children, kiss your husband, call your mama. All right? And thank your teachers. Because I know there are some teachers that we absolutely have loved in your years. I'm sure they, as much as anyone else, would like to know that you loved and appreciate everything that they did for you. Everybody likes to know that they're appreciated. Okay? Your teachers are no different. All right, now that I've done my PSA for today, what else can we talk about? A little more cheerful than that. Let's refer to our handy dandy clothespin. Oh, you know, I've been telling you guys about that Shelley and I have started the Happy Planner system this year, and that we'll be doing planning videos for that. It's kind of like a whip and chat for diamond painting, except you're just doing you're actually decorating your planner for the week or for the month, and just like you sit and watch or listen to the person do this, you would do the same thing for the planner. So it's called a plan with me, but it's pretty much just like a whip and chat. Except you have more, I guess, if you're not doing a planner yourself, you'll be doing more time watching. And they won't be as long as whipping chats. Like, they're looking at like a 10 to 15 minute max. And I'll already have my stickers laid out, so I won't have to do flip through. Oh, did you see that? I just dropped that whole tray. So you won't have to see me flipping through books or whatever. I'll already have it out. Let's get these down. All right. Now let's try to recover some of these. I'm going to put you on hold while I pick these up. Just a minute, okay? Okay, that's all I'm going to look for. These are right here on the table, and there, I could see those I could see those easily enough. I'm not going to worry about the ones that fell on the floor or wherever they fell. I will look for them when you and I are done talking. So as I was saying about the Happy Planner, but the reason I was bringing the Happy Planner up was because one of those days, that day that I crashed, that following, I don't know, or maybe Monday I came home from class that I taught, the school I taught at. No, it was Tuesday. And crashed again into bed because I was still tired from coming off of those 2 days of no sleep, but I had classes to do, so I had to go to work. And so I came home, fell into bed. Well, I didn't tell my husband when I needed to get up to wake me up, because in my mind I didn't really care about anything at that moment but just getting some sleep. But I have been doing pretty good these 2 weeks into 2020 with keeping up with my planner and keeping things written down and organized. So when I got up, my husband said, you need to be somewhere at 6 o'clock, but I don't know where. And it was so cute, y'all. He had gone to my planner while I was asleep and looked at it to see if I needed to be somewhere, so he would know when to wake me up so that I could be wherever it was I needed to be. How sweet is that? He is such a keeper. So that's another reason. He said, next time write down where you're supposed to be so I know where you need to go, how much time you need to get there. So I thought that was really sweet. And that my planner had a second use. It keeps my husband, who I call my secretary, I also call him my personal paparazzi. You'd have to know him to understand that reference. But he also says he's my secretary. He keeps me straight. And he was doing his job very well. He had checked my planner and knew that I was supposed to be somewhere at 6 o'clock, which was I was going to my the belly dance workout class that my troop partner teaches, and I sub for her sometimes. So I was going to go to that, and that's why I had that on I had something marked for 6 o'clock on my calendar, because I already knew where that was and what it was. I just needed to remind myself to go to get ready for it. And I ended up not going because I had already seen a message from our supervisor there saying that because of a power outage they were going to be closed and hope to be open back up by that time. And I hadn't heard anything, so I had assumed that they were going to be closed. Only later to find out, I did get an email or text saying that they had opened, but it was too late for me to try to get ready. Plus I was still really not feeling too hot, so I just didn't worry about it. But I missed belly dance workout. It's so much fun, guys. if you have one in your area, check it out. I love that many of you will say, oh, I used to go to belly dance. And I'm always surprised. I don't know why. I'm always surprised at how many people tell me they used to take belly dance classes when they were younger, or when they were first married, or when they were this, or when they were that. And I love that. I actually love that, because it makes me makes me feel like not everybody thinks that belly dance is strippers and you know, stuff like that. Because oftentimes, especially here in the South Bible Belt, people tend to automatically think the gutter way about that, because that may be all they have ever seen. And really, belly dance has nothing to do with removing one's clothes, especially not in front of an audience. And nothing to do about seduction. Belly dance was not a dance of seduction. Americans made it a dance of seduction, in my opinion. And you're entitled to yours. But from everything that I've researched, it's been a couple years since I should do some research again, just to see if any new information has popped up, because belly dance originally was called Danse Oriental. Look at me trying to speak like I have an accent, but I can't help it. Even when I say some Spanish words, if I know them clearly, I always try to say them with an accent, because it's my nature to repeat what I heard. But it's called Danse Oriental, and the guy who brought it to America is the one who termed it belly dancing. But I'll give you the history. If you want a history as far as I have learned about belly dance, I'll be more than happy to share that with you. And plus, when I do the Friday Fitness, and the times that they include belly dance, I'll give you some little tidbits of information. And hopefully over the course of the time I'm doing that, you will learn something about belly dance, and that you will also learn to belly dance a little. It won't be classes. I won't be teaching classes. You have to pay me for that. But I will do, give out some tips while we're doing belly dance workout or something like that, because it really is a good workout. I went to see one of my doctors once, and he was like, what do you do for exercise? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, oh, I teach belly dance workout. And he says, oh no, but that's not real exercise. I said, it is when you come to my class. You sweat, baby, and you work those hips, and you get your workout in, and you are toned. So I don't know what class you're going to, but when you come to my class, baby, it's a workout. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to include that along with all of the other forms of fitness that I like to do when I teach or sub. What else is going on here? I finally shot a video for Victoria Moon, so that'll be coming up. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have? You know what? I think I liked all of my cameras much better before I became a YouTuber. A recording YouTuber. I liked my cameras much better. They did everything they were supposed to do, and there was no problems. But as a YouTuber, these cameras, none of my cameras are doing what they're supposed to be doing. It's really irking me, because it's like, if I had known that, I wouldn't have bought this one. But I love the cameras on a, just a day-to-day regular use. But like the camera I'm recording on now, I like this camera. I really do. Except when I'm recording YouTube videos, because it cuts off every 12 minutes. And I don't know why. And even worse, I don't know how to stop it. Because I don't hear anybody else's camera cutting off every 12 minutes. And it's a Canon T Rebel, which a lot of people had for YouTube videos. So, and the camera that I was working with the other day, that is actually the one I had when I first did my first video, is my pocket camera, my point and shoot camera that I keep in my purse. This camera takes beautiful videos. I mean, it gives you those videos that you see in Sam's, that, you know, you can just walk up to it and touch the person. That's the look you get from this camera, and I love that. I wish that this camera I was shooting on now had pictures, did movies like that, but it doesn't. But so I brought the other one in here the other day while I was waiting for my new charger and battery to show up for this camera. And do you know that sucker cut off every 10 minutes? I have never known it to do that. But my husband said when he was trying to record me and a friend earlier in the year, because he has the same camera, he noticed that it cut out before he finished recording the video. So I don't know why they do that. And then this camera, also, when you take pictures, it goes click, 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 click. Well, if I'm at a wedding taking pictures, the last thing I want this camera to do is go click, 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 click when somebody's trying to say their I do's. I mean, come on. Or at I don't know, whatever event you're at that someone is speaking, the last thing they want to hear is 100,000 click, 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 clicks. So I wish I had known that you could, this particular model, you can't turn the click off. Other models I have read that you can, but this model you cannot turn the click off. So, anybody want to buy a camera? My husband's like, get rid of them, replace them, replace it, get rid of it. I was like, no, we just bought it. I'm not buying another camera. We just bought that camera. This was a couple of years ago. This was, I guess, 2 or so years ago. And he's like, yeah, but then you have to be aggravated with it, or you have to constantly be stopping and all that stuff. I said, I know, but we just bought it. I don't want to buy another one. Actually, the first one we bought from Sam's, I rarely used it. I mean, I rarely recorded a video, as you can see by my history. And that camera broke when I started using it. And mind you, I babied that camera to death. It's, you know, it sat someplace safe, always in its bag. It was always cushioned. I never knocked it down, never dropped it, never anything. Yet the lens froze and would not go back in. Oh, you can't even see me. The lens froze on it and would not go back in. And of course it was after the warranty. So I was a bit perturbed, as my mom would say. There we go. A bit perturbed about that. But I did not want to buy yet another camera. So we're going to use this one until I can find someone who wants to buy it. And of course, I don't expect them to pay me what I paid for the camera, but it's a very good camera. There is nothing wrong with it. There's no scratches or anything on it. So maybe someone will be willing to make a deal for it, and we can replace this bad boy with something that's a little more YouTube recording friendly. Yes. All right, let's see what else we've got going on tonight for date night. So tonight for date night, we went to the movies. We like to, when we can, go early in the daytime. Sometimes just, it's a different, actually we've been kind of going earlier in the day more lately, because we can. My husband can take a break if he hasn't finished working. There are some more arrows, dagnabbit, to go. And I ain't mad at the matinee price either, you know what I'm saying? So today we went at 1:44 and saw The Spy. Oh, what's it called? It was the movie with Will Smith, the cartoon with Will Smith turning into a pigeon. The Spy's Pigeon, or the Pigeon Spies, something like that. I can't remember. Oh, I have the thing in my pocket. Hold on. Let's see. What's it called? It is Spies in, I guess this is Disguise. Spies in Disguise. Well, it's the cartoon movie where Will Smith turns into a pigeon. And y'all, it was hilarious. It was very good. We enjoyed it. We laughed so freaking hard. It was a lot of fun. Of course, I would watch Will read the phone book. I mean, I have always loved Will Smith from back in the day. I loved that his rap was clean and he stayed out of trouble, and it was just a good image, when so many images weren't good, that kids could look up to or root for. So I've always loved him. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I love the way he looks too. He's easy on the eyes, and he's only gotten easier on the eyes as he's gotten older. So yes. That aside, I think he's an amazing actor. I think he actually has a lot more acting chops than people give him credit for. If you think he can't do serious role, check out In Pursuit of Happiness. Check out his earlier work. What is it? Bag of Vans, I think it was called. So the dude can act. He's genuinely funny. And he just has a good personality. And I think Jada is amazing. I think they're just, good people. Just nice people. I don't know them personally, of course. So I can only go by what is presented out there. And that's fine. So from what I know, I think they're awesome people. He's funny. I love the sound of his voice. I love his comedic timing. I love his energy. I love his silliness. I love his looks. So I would watch him read the phone book. He did a very good, even though you don't see him in this, you see his character, which is a very different look from Will, although Will seems to be pretty fit and in shape. This, it's an exaggerated cartoon look. So that is not the right color. How did you get in there? How are you doing? And so it was pretty good though. We enjoyed it. And probably will add it to our collection down the road when it comes out. I had to go run and empty the film card. I think I changed the setting on this camera also. That looks pink. I'm going to put that out and see for. I think I changed the setting because the card isn't holding as much film as it used to. But anyway, so I left my sewing room door open, and of course my cat decided to come in. She knows I don't allow her in here because I can't trust her. She likes to rip stuff up. And she's done so in our bedroom, so I don't allow her to be alone in my sewing room because the stuff in here is a little too expensive for her to be just tearing up. And so I closed the door when I came back in here to start back to make this last part of the recording, and I hear ting, 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 ting. And I get up and walk around on the other side of my cutting board, and there she is staring at the door like, oh my gosh, Mom, let me out, let me out, let me out. So I open the door and she runs out of the room because she knows she's not supposed to be in here anyway. But she likes to get in the window and watch the window from this side of the house. But I don't care. I don't trust you. And when I don't trust someone, I don't give them opportunities I would for people I do trust. And I trust her. I trust her to tear up something like she always does. And I'm thinking it'll be the one thing that I love and I'm dying to use, but I'm waiting for the perfect project that she's going to rip up. So you'll never see that girl in a video, which is sad because I think she's cute. She'd look adorable on camera. But in my old sewing room, she would jump on the cutting table. Before we switched rooms, she would jump on the cutting table and just like you see people pictures and videos of the cats doing, sitting on the fabric and pawing at it for me to pay attention, and it was just so cute. But yeah, my girl's a little more destructive, so we just not gonna have her in here. I don't mind her being in here when I'm in here so that I can see and hear what she is doing. But because I don't allow her in here so much that she really is afraid to step in here unless she knows I'm not looking. And of course, like tonight, she'll get caught up because I'll close the door and not realize she's in here. And that's another thing. I don't want to close the door overnight because I keep my sewing room door closed because she's destructive and the dog likes to pee on everything. So yeah, they're both banned unless I'm in here with them. I think I might get a mic to go in this room for when I'm diamond painting, because watching the playback, I still think it sounds a bit muffled, even though you guys didn't let me know in the comments of the last video. So if you want better quality sound, let me know if it's not sounding tip-top, because I always have it blasting sky high when I listen to the playback. So I can hear it, but I'm not sure if it's not muffled, you know, or if it's just me being overly sensitive and wanting to, you know, get a mic or something. I don't know. We have mics, I just don't use them. So if I need to use them though, let me know, because I realize my face is facing away from the camera, especially when I'm leaning into diamond paint, and sometimes I'm actually looking the other direction. And I of course want you to have not only good visual but good sound. But I often register sound sometimes a little different from others because I have a ringing in my ear at various times, to which my last doctor told me it just may be one of those things you have to come to live with. My husband called him a quack. But I have not asked any other doctor about that ringing in my ears. It went away for a while, but it is slowly coming back, so it's not 24/7. So that's why I ask you if the video sounds okay to you, because sometimes I have a ringing in my ear, so I don't necessarily trust my own judgment all the time as to how the video sounds. Okay? So for those of you who are like, well, you're making the video, you should know if it sounds good or whatever. Yeah, no, I won't. Because I could be, that ringing could be going on in my ear while I'm putting my introduction and closing credits on this video, so I may not hear it the way you hear it. So again, if you need better quality sound, let me know and I will take care of that for you. I think we're almost approaching an hour. The phone hasn't gone, the timer hasn't gone off yet, but I bet you it's close to it. So I think when I finish this color, I'm going to call it a night for Sea Breeze and move on to the Angel maybe tonight or in the morning, so that the Angel can post Monday and Sea Buddies post Sunday. So Sea Breeze will post, we said by 5 o'clock deadline, but I may let it post earlier. I'm kind of fond of 3 o'clock p.m. So I might let it post around about then. And, or who knows, I may post it 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. But since I'm not going to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning, when I was going to boot camp, I was posting it at 4 a.m. because I was up. So let's check our timer here. Yep, we have 1 minute and 29 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and call that done. Looks like we've got all of this color done. And yes, let's see. I don't see any more of those little lines. Yep, we have all that color done. I see a few more V's right down here, so I'm going to go ahead and fill those in off camera, and I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for watching this channel. If you find the content on the, first of all, if you found this video useful, helpful, funny, entertaining, whatever, you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, please. And if you didn't find it to be any of those things and you did not enjoy it, you can always feel free to give it a thumbs down, right? You do you, boo, okay? But I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if you have searched around my channel or you've been listening to a few of my videos, I'd like to invite you to go ahead and click that subscribe button. And as you do that, don't forget to click the little notification bell so that you will be notified anytime that I upload a video. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day. And I hope to see you back here. Ah, there it goes. Stop. I hope to see you back here again real soon. And always, as always, remember, if you are having a good day, help someone else have a good day. It's the small and simple things in life that make all the difference. Love and Shimmies, hon. Hey, 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 goodbye. Here we go.